Okay, so I'm ready to start the actual carving and roughing out on this cowboy pattern to an Indian and kind of a cigar store Indian type. It's cold out here today. Got on my jacket, got a fire in the wood burning stove over there. Got my coffee in my coffee cup, the wood carving rendezvous coffee cup. And so I'm fixing to get started on this. What I've done is this is the one that's cut out. I'm going to get me a picture printed off where I can go back kind of on my phone. I took this blank, and this is what size is this? Let's see, about a 6x4, and total height is about 21. The actual carving's about 14. Base about 5.5 or 6, something like that. Anyway, I went over there and I took just a straight edge and I made diagonal marks where the middle of this is. So I know where to put my wood carving screw. This is what I used to hold it into this carving arm that it's got the split. I'll screw this up in there and then that'll sit in there like that. I'll get that done and get right back. Alrighty, got that screwed in there. The end of this has a little square on it, and this handle has a nifty little square cut out, and that's what he uses. I'm screwing it in there to tighten it up. And I've got this pretty tight. That's a good descriptive word. Pretty tight, but not as tight as I want it. I mean, not as tight as I can get it, because if it gets loose here in a minute, I can have more room to screw it up in there without ripping all the threads out and having to start over. So I'm ready to start. I'm going to put it in this carving arm as soon as I turn the carving arm around, because it's I was doing bark faces on it earlier. I've kind of sketched in with the pencil the profile. Head's not really shaped good, but I'm going to go in. This is kind of just a rough shape with the feet in, back of the legs with the fringe, back of the dress. And the headdress will go something like that. I'll probably kind of exaggerate the headdress. I'm not putting all the details, but like headband to go there, and then he's got like these ermine deals coming off there, then little tufts of feathers, and all these will be feathers, kind of like that. His arm needs to go back from where I have it, but it'll be something like that. Now, that's what I'm going to work with. Of course, the gun he's holding goes up like this, so I'll have to leave this part out, cut this part, leave that part so I can work the gun in. But just across the front part there, just from that, I'll leave that. Now I've got 2 chisels down. I know you can't tell it, but did a little house cleaning over there. I'm gonna have this big sweep black gouge, and it's a number 3, and this number, I guess that's a 9. Yeah, it is. And it's they're pretty wide. I like to use them to start on stuff like this. So I'll start the banging and getting some wood off now. And the first thing I better do is set this in right here. His hand is going to be somewhere like there. And then carry the rest of it out there. his hand on this part. It's all going to be behind it. This is kind of me just drawing with this gouge. By the way, the fire did get kind of warm. Go ahead and kind of set the bottom of the chin in. That just came to mind because I've already shed a jacket. Now I'm thinking about shedding more. This guy's, it's actually my wife's father, and they had for a different reason, had not a real good relationship early on, and later on they got to know each other. He was quite an interesting guy. He was a huge guy, and that's why when he's holding this rifle, it makes it look dwarf, because he was 6'6", 6'8", good sized man. Can't have too much of that breaking off. That won't be good. I might take this out of here and set it down and knock out some of this. I think I will get this other big gouge. It's more of a, it's a number 7, but it's rather large. I want to get close to the line because I think my lines are still big. By big, I mean they're loud enough out there that I'm not getting into anything critical. If I take it off down to the line. On this initial part of drawing the pattern on, I leave a lot extra. So, leave extra everywhere so I won't get in trouble. Nothing like saying, wow, I should have left that. Especially when you're working from a photograph, so you really know what the people want. And I think I've mentioned once before about left-handed, right-handed deal. This carving screw that I've got it on has, I guess, right-handed threads, and so me being left-handed, I usually work that way. And when I do that, it loosens it in the wood. So this way, it'll tighten back up on that screw, that carving screw, and make it hold the piece tighter. So you people that work right-handed all the time have a little bit of advantage over me. You don't have to stop and tighten the screw up as much. But it will just keep going that way. Okay, I've done this much, gotten that much off, and I like to go back and, like, I can see where these were the inside of the legs, and they go up to about there, so put that back in, just kind of move it over there where it's kind of in the center, but just some guidance to just kind of I know that's coming out now. Also, what I'll do, I've got this picture, and the way he's standing, holding the gun, I'll kind of model, well, too close, but he's standing there holding the gun like that in that picture, so I'll kind of model myself, like, I'll stand there like that, and I'm like, okay, this arm comes out from the hand, and it goes back at a pretty good angle. It's not like out there like that, so I can round that a bit more. All right, and I'm gonna work up on the headdress area. And I'll tell you before, let's see. I got my pictures over here. I'll keep them, not hiding them from you, just put them where I can see them, and where it can do me some good. Just kind of set up to the side of the face. What I would do is, if I was making a original piece, I would turn his head a bit. But what makes this so cool is just his look. It's just straight on, a serious look at the camera. Okay, I'm gonna stop just a moment and I'm just gonna lay it down here on the cabinet or the workshop, the work table, and get all this off. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll just do it here. Or I'll try it and see how that goes. There's way too much give in that, and I'll put it on the table. Kind of know what I'm doing. I'll be forming the headdress up here. About 30 seconds of working on the table. I had that pretty much worked down. Obviously, there's going to be some more come off here. I'm going to look at my reference photos before I get any further in this. So, this will come back. Got this shoulder way too high over here, so that'll have to come down. Let me remark it and I'll get back.